Hi, welcome to a snag. So today's venue is Ilfracombe. So as you can see, we're in the car park. This is right on the harbour, so it's nice and easy for anyone with mobility issues, although a couple of the places we'll be showing are not that friendly for mobility. But anyway, we're here. There's plenty of room. All the boats are back in the harbour now. During the winter they all come out, just so you know. And there's the prices. Anyway, the machine here, it does take a little while, but that's because it's signal based on things, but it does work. But anyway, let's get started. So just over coming out of there, you've got some small sort of bait huts and things like that with odds and sods like feathers and weights and everything else. Expect them to be a little bit pricey. They're aimed at holiday makers. So the first place we're going to show you is spinning off the rocks over here. So this is facing north out of the car park, and you have to climb over on the wall just down here. So yeah, go on then. Have we go. Yeah, steps are there, it's alright. There we go. Okay, so coming over the north wall, you come down onto these rocks. Generally speaking, it's good grip here. It's not too bad. You just want to stick close to this rock face going round. We've come here today. It is low tide. It's one of the spring tide low tides as well, so you get a good view of this. I've been waiting to show it. So you can fish off here. Braid isn't recommended because it's a very rocky venue, and there's enough snags out here as it is. As you can see, steps have been cut in. Quite often find junk along here, which we normally tidy up on the way back in. And you've got a whole multitude of ledges here that you can just fish off. They're all quite easily accessible. It's like I bring Danny down here fishing, and you find it easy enough, don't you? Yep. So, I mean, I've got a dodgy knee at the moment, it's all strapped up, but I'm quite happy to walk down this stuff. Once you get onto the barnacle strewn rocks, they provide a lot more grip. I would advise boots with a good grip. Don't know about metal studs, never used them here. I find more than sufficient grip with what I have. So you basically make your way along, and you can just work yourself down to the ledges. You can see a couple of guys down there at the moment just spinning off the edges. Occasionally you find pots out there. Just be aware. You hook onto their line, which does trail. At the moment it's trailing probably about, from what I can see, maybe across 20 yards, somewhere around there. And there's some more off that point over there. But anyway, you get down there and you'll catch mackerel, pollock, bass, all sorts of things like this. If I remember, I'll put a photo in the corner for you. And this is the north face. So it's a good place if you're going to use like beach casting gear. That's fine, but I always use a rotten bottom here. It's just not worth the aggro. You do hook up quite often. So and rig heavy as well. The Viking uptide mustard hooks, busted uptide Viking even. Come on, Wood, sort yourself out. They're probably some of the better hooks to use here. They will bend out. You get all your gear back. So go in heavy. Beach casting stuff, you obviously get taupe off here. You get some good huss, eels, again bass, pollock, dogfish. I've had small-eyed ray off here as well. Haven't had them to like back home size in the Bristol Channel, but they're about. I've had them up to about £7 off here. So anyway, with that, this is the north face, and we'll take you down to the harbour next. So here we have the old part of the harbour and the pier, whatever you want to call it. and this is really good for wrasse right here. So if you bring your float rod and sort of go light tactics off here, jig in and whatever, but float's really good because it keeps it off the bottom. Obviously, as you can see at the moment, this is the lowest the tide is. You can still do it at this point, but you'll be able to fish it all the way up to sort of just before high really. But you have to be aware because the platform over there does get submerged at high tide. We're going to go over there in a minute and have a look. But here you can get wrasse to like a couple of pound, 2.5 pound. So I'm sure there's bigger ones there as well. It's all rocky, it's all snaggy down on the bottom, plenty of weed and whatnot. But I'm not climbing up and over there today because, like I said, my knee's strapped up. So I'll just show it from up here at the end of the car park. And I'm sure you can get the gist of it. There's lots of old iron working down there or steel working sort of like snapped off and whatnot, you know. But you can come up over the end there, literally just come out a couple of steps, come over onto the old harbour, and you can walk along this rock face, which is much like the north face that I've just shown. And then, yeah, just come along here, sit comfortably, and fish to your heart's content. Again, you'll catch pollock, wrasse, bass. You get, if you want to do some jigging, you'll find a lot of the smaller species, sand smelt. You'll find scorpion fish, gobies, blennies, all of that around here. So yeah, another good little mark. Not one that's really known loads, unless you're local. But with that, we're gonna go and have a look on the harbour over there where we can fish. So back in the main car park, literally just over there I am. You can just walk, head towards the statue, and this will take you down to the harbour itself. So the first point, a lot of time the access to the platforms is shut off, obviously because of boats coming and going. You get quite a few coming up here, but in the evenings when all the boats are in, this is a great place to come. Danny's had a couple of pollock from here and whatnot. You can spin, obviously the water comes up a hell of a lot, and so you got the whole length here. A lot of people use beach casting gear here as well. Again, it's the same species, like you get eel, huss, pollock, bass, and you get mackerel as well if you stick out flappers or mackerel away. And this is the start of where people choose to go. So a lot of people fish on the steps here. The guy down there who's crouched down, that's where I would choose to be if I was going mini species. So if you jig down there, you get all your scorpion fish, your sand smelts, your wrasse, gobies, blennies, all that sort of thing. You can feather out into those waters, pick up mackerel and pollock. Float fishing is another good tactic for that. You don't have to have it out far, so it doesn't matter if you're not good at casting or anything. And again, this is the whole lower arm that you can fish from. Beach casting gear normally off the end. I use rotten bottoms. You will get away with it most of the time, but occasionally you do find some snags out there. But you have to beware, this arm does get covered at high tide. So you're okay until about, well, maybe an hour and a bit, a couple of hours before high tide, depending on the size of the tide really. But you'll know because you're on it. As soon as it starts lapping, it's time to get off there. And the tidal lagoon fills up behind you as well. So, but generally speaking, nice, safe, easy platform to get to. Bring the whole family, there's plenty for them to do. Up this way there's cafes, there's a pub, so you've got a nice meal and everything. And there's charters that run from here as well. Over there is that's John's boat. He's a Bluefin Charters. Really nice guy, really good with youngsters as well. Took Danny out when he was younger, and had lots of pollock, bass, huss. Had a tope run, but it didn't connect up, unfortunately. That's life, isn't it? So, okay, we're going to head up and we'll take a walk along the front, and then I'm just going to take you to Capstone, which is more rocks. But while we're here, you can drive around the other side of the harbour. Instead of turning into the harbour, you can turn right, go up past a couple of the pubs, and it'll take you around the backside, and you'll see all the crabbing gear and the fishing gear. Nice cafe and bar over there. But if you keep over there is another little beach. You can spend the whole day there. I quite often see youths at sort of night having a little bonfire and a get together over there. But you can fish off there. It's all the species I've already listed. You can use beach casting, or you can clamber all over the rocks with your LRF and spinning gear. So there's plenty of places to do things around here. At the moment I've got somebody on the lower deck down there chucking out some lures and giving that a go. Good luck to him. Right, okay. So from the end of town, turn right, and then you've got beach access down here to a nice little sort of like cove. So it's a 2-minute walk through the town bit. As you can see, the steps access here. So again, another great spot for spinning and stuff. There is a sewage outlet down there, so occasionally it does bloody stink. A little bit like today. A bit whiffy, isn't it? Yeah. But as you can see down here, it's fine gravel with the odd bit of sort of pebbles and the odd large rock. So again, you can use beach casting gear here, but you will find like some sort of pots and stuff out there as well, so beware of that. I'm not sure what pots they are, to be honest, but you can see the buoys on them clear enough. It's not like you can't see them. And this is the beginning of where we're going to say about fishing for like the larger species and stuff. I wouldn't fish from tope here, but you can get some good wrasse and stuff here on the beach casting gear. Just cast it out level with the rocks or into the rocks over there, and you can go clambering over if you want, but you're going to have to be careful. Although there's multiple access points over there, unless you know exactly where they are and the ways to them, you can get cut off obviously with the rising tides. So it's a good little place to come. Good bit of spinning off the rocks. The last place we're looking at the rocks is behind that St Nicholas lighthouse over there, which has a little cannon at the top if your family want to go see it. Good little views from up there. But you can clamber all over these again. It's like the other rocks on the north face, and there's so many different ledges, you can't possibly film them all, but it's good fishing all round. So with that, oh blimey, there's a big boulder there. With that, we'll make our way back up and I'll take you to where we go fishing for tope. So we're back at the Royal Britannia Junction, which takes you down to the harbour. We've just been right to the beach down there. We're now going to go up this way so that we can get onto the higher rocks, as it were. So just basically follow this all up, and then I'll turn it on once we're at the end, save boring you. So we've just come to the end of this. You're now on the Capstone Parade coastal path, and you just basically follow this round. Again, with these rocks, there's a whole multitude of places you can fish off of them. I don't have a preference. I don't fish them tons. I've fished it in the past, and it was perfectly fine. It was a good day out. had a couple of runs. So that's a look over the cove that we were just at, which is down there. But as you can see, there's plenty of rocky outcrops and that you can spin from and catch from. Again, you'll see the pots out over there. They're dotted all along here. So there's so many ledges, it's great. Yeah, there's another access over there, but it comes up to the houses. Would only be used as like an emergency access. So this is the Capstone coast path. You can fish off all around here. Well, not from here, but by going down onto the rocks. So a lot of the Devon boys, they all come and fish off these ledges. When I come down, I do as well. As you can see, there's an access point just over here. It's a bit of an uphill walk for those that want to know, and the access is not that great, so if you have mobility problems, it's not really that great an idea for you guys, unless you're bringing somebody with you. You can fish from the top in certain places and they can run down the steps and get it for you. So there's wire netting up on these cliffs. You don't often get many rockfalls, but the potential is there, so just be aware. So this is the first of a few entrances you can go down. As you can see, it steps all the way down and it goes down onto the rock there. So this slipway I have found in the past can be actually quite slippy, but there's better ones further along where you can just hop over the wall onto different made steps and fish from the rock places. So I've seen people up there fishing before. They clamber onto this one and they fish off of that out into the, you'll see like a tidal stream running through, run through into that. In recent years there haven't been as many taupe, but they do still come past. So this is the second steps that you come to if you just follow the path. As you'll see, there's somebody down on the rocks now spinning. This is where I come. If I want to go taupe fishing, I'll fish off here. It's cleaner ground generally. Again, it's a mono venue, not really a braid venue. You don't need to cast far and you're into deep water. So you'll also get all the other species here. You get all your wrasse, your bass, huss, eel and whatnot from here. It's a rock mark at the end of the day. It's massive weed beds close in. You'll get the taupe come from further out, chasing prey in up against the rocks. And so you've got a whole plethora of rock ledges that you can fish off here. It goes all the way around, but I'm not going to advertise the others. The steps on those are a bit sketchy and whatnot, but this is a much easier access. I've never known it to be slippy, not to say it's not, but you just follow this little path down. It's just a concrete with like aggregate in it, so it's quite grippy, and it takes you down to just a few steps which literally take you down onto the rocks, and then you've got all of this beautiful sea to go fishing in. Again, to the right you got pots, but they shouldn't really impede you. So this has been Ilfracombe. Again, if you find yourself keep coming back and liking these, please give us a like, subscribe, give them a share, get them out there. I'll be doing more and more. And yeah, thanks very much. Catch you next week.